Why Mushanga silent? Why?
Yes, of course.
Chibok
communities in Borno State in Nigeria in 2025. We especially welcome you all to this press conference. The year 2025 started off with terrorist attacks in Chibok right from the New Year Day on the 1st of January 2025. Between the New Year Day and the 19th of January, 8 communities were attacked, namely Njilang, Bamzir, Shikarkur, twice within that period, Imurmugza, Takulash, and Siha A and B, and Walagyang. All these are local communities, and you can see they are not familiar names to the average Nigerian media. From the 31st of January to 3rd of February 2025, 2 attacks on 2 villages, namely Tsata and Kwarahuma. All these attacks recorded major losses of lives and properties, houses, barns, livestock, and other foodstuff and food harvests, including, of course, destruction, as usual, of churches and many more valuables. These attacks have resulted in huge displacement of our people from their home state, leading to the overcrowding of Chibok town by the resultant refugees. The attacked villages are now a mere ghost of themselves, or mere ghost towns. Please see the attached chronicle of attacks for ease of reference. It is attached to the press conference itself. Given the severity of this situation of the attacks, the entire Kibaku people of all faiths and creeds looked up to God by embarking on a week-long fasting and prayers in January 2025, which ended in special prayers by Christians on Sunday the 26th of January and by Muslims on Friday the 31st. November 2025, the month of death. The immediate trigger for this press conference, ladies and gentlemen, is the renewed and relentless scorched earth nature of the terrorist attacks on Chibok communities in this month of November 2025. These November attacks have been like no other, starting in the most battered of all, Shikarkur village, on the 1st of November. The attackers came back to Shikarkur again 12 days later to abduct 8 young girls. These November attacks have been visited upon Chibok settlements even beyond the borders of Borno State, such as Dagwaba in neighboring Adamawa State, which holds a large number of refugees who left their home state in flight of the attacks in Chibok. Many of such you will find also in Mubi in Adamawa State. Other villages attacked this month include Kwaple, a total of 7 attacks in 2025 alone, and Kautikari, only a day after the mayhem in Shikarkur. The critical issues. 1. Who are the victims of these attacks? The Kibaku people are the main victims of the escalating terrorism in Chibok local government area and beyond. Number 2. Who are the perpetrators, you may ask? The perpetrators are the Boko Haram terrorists and of these attacks in Chibok land. To further exacerbate the issues, the Borno State government is clearly unwilling or unable to assist Chibok local government as regards these attacks. Besides the lack of basic social infrastructure, the Borno State government fails to do its primary duty to the Kibaku people, which is security, by simply looking the other way in the face of these vicious attacks. Even palliatives and refugee camp support or management is not available to the displaced Kibaku people. Borno State government will also not allow Chibok to be opened up for mass media coverage, restricting international humanitarian actors from having access to Chibok. Boko Haram terrorists are known to be imposing all manner of taxes and levies in Chibok communities. Example, Kwarangalum ward or village, where a whole ward is now left to terrorists as a government within the Nigerian state. Of course, you would know this, the ungoverned spaces are all over this country, but we are talking and focused on the Chibok victims. Number 3, the economic aspect of these attacks. This clearly tallies with the harvest season. These local communities are bringing in their harvest, and terrorists are cutting them away and setting ablaze the remaining to inflict suffering on the people. This is what is classically known as scorched earth policy, and displace them from their communities. We suggest the following as a call to action. Number 1, that the federal government, through its security architecture, is hereby called upon to bring increased security presence to Chibok and environs to save the land, as it had become clear that the Borno State government is willing or incapable. 2, the federal government of Nigeria and or Borno State government to work on supporting and rebuilding the destroyed social amenities in these areas. Number 3, Borno State government is to support the local civilian JTF, that's a typo, under the creation of their own laws, to be well equipped using the youth of the community that are ready and willing to support and end terrorism. Number 4, the federal government of Nigeria and or the Borno State government to ensure timely support for the victims of terrorism who are receiving no attention in terms of support and rehabilitation and resettlement into their communities. Number 5, the security agencies, state government, and the federal government of Nigeria to ease access for humanitarian organizations or ease access to humanitarian organizations willing to go to Chibok and provide humanitarian services which hitherto has been denied. Conclusion. To conclude, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the National Executive Council, and indeed all members of the Kibaku people, we hereby use this opportunity to thank and appreciate our hard-working military and security services in all that they do, fighting the myriad of safety and security issues plaguing our nation, Nigeria. We in particular wish to salute the courage and the bravery of late Brigadier General Musa Uba of the Nigerian Army, who paid the supreme price in the fight against insurgents around Damboa town on Friday, November 14th, 2025. May the soul of the gallant senior officer rest in peace. Amen. We also hereby offer our deepest condolences to the family of late Brigadier Musa Uba. I thank you. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live Borno State. Long live Chibok Local Government Area. Long live Kibaku Area Development Association CADA. Signed today, Tuesday, beginning the 1st of November 2025, which has triggered that we call the attention of government to this. But then, of course, like I said in the paper, 2025 has been maybe the worst year since 2014. If you go through the details of the paper, and I'll share even the electronic copy with you, you will find out that from the first, we didn't have a new year in Chibok. The attacks started on the 1st of January 2025, and it has endured.
That's what I said earlier. For instance,
You see, the kinetics are wrong. Whereas the Boko Haram terrorists are very mobile, very, very mobile and guerrilla in style, the Nigerian army forces are regular forces. They are static. They have the emergency brigade in Chibok, the 7th Brigade. But they're there.
They are not protecting
like a bag of potato. I've given you a list of 20 villages. It's a wide area. They cannot sitting down using walkie-talkies and GSM networks to coordinate this thing. Most of the time, by the time they get these calls, these guys have hit and run.
Now, sir, I need to about what do you think about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive withdrawing the police, withdrawing the force, and of course the plans ahead in terms of improving the security architecture?
Fine. Historically, and you know that I am older than Nigeria as a country, so that tells you my age. Nigeria used to be much better than this. The police presence, even when they were wearing knickers, was all over. You couldn't miss the policemen, even in their knickers, in the 50s and early 60s. A lot of you here are too young to know when the Nigeria police wore shorts. So I can tell you that yes, if indeed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is serious about getting community policing, because that's what community policing is all about, because the federal government of Nigeria has decided that its police force is the one and only force that can police the country, then they ought to do the job properly and go to the nooks and crannies. It's not enough to sit in the state headquarters and say we are policing. It doesn't happen. Chibok is a typical example.
Federal level is at the top. What is you and other leaders, traditional leaders there, are doing to help the police to end this insurgency? Because I don't know, maybe there's this kind of information reaching out over the years that even the locals are in cahoots with these insurgents, because they say we shouldn't brand them like bandits anymore, not any longer. They are now terrorists.
It's a very interesting scenario we have, particularly in Chibok. Interesting in the sense that yes, following the 2014 misadventure and fiasco, the insurgents have infiltrated. And let me tell you, the Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State, it's a homegrown thing. We never told anybody that Fulani herdsmen or people from Niger or Sahel came to attack Borno State. Boko Haram terrorism, it's a homegrown, it's an organic terror group. So you are only stating the obvious. The members of that group live within us. Nothing new, not only if you want to play the ostrich, then you can live in denial. Yes.
So the issue of Leah Shaibu, how far have you gone with this now? Because it's as if the campaign has dropped regarding that.
Leah Sharibu is not a Chibok girl.
Oh, okay.
But you see, that does not answer all the question. We still have 82 Chibok girls that we cannot account for. And if you again, I'm sure after the conference you will study the paper and maybe realize that you are running ahead of yourself, because I've answered that in the paper.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.